Fayiz here. I'm going to be doing a face shave. I've already started with the PAA Star Jelly, and it's the mentholated one. And as you can tell, I've been going through it. I'm at the bottom. I've got a little bit left, but not that much. And then I'm going to be using the Soap Commander Endurance, which is based on the Old Spice. And there's what it looks like on the inside. I just use my Azalea City Suds scooper. I've got it lathered up here in my PAA bowl with my AP Shave Co. Brass XL. It's got a 26 millimeter badger knot from Pelagic Shaving. The reason I like the Star Jelly lately is because I used up my ice cube. And I do have other cubes, and I do use them depending on what scent I'm using that day. But none of them are mentholated. And this obviously is. So when I like menthol stuff, or when I want menthol stuff, I use this. And I definitely feel menthol. I mean, I feel it now. I'll feel it throughout the whole shave just from putting on this Star Jelly. So if nothing else, because most of the soaps we use nowadays is going to be really good. So if nothing else, you get that menthol kick without having to have a menthol soap. Oh, by the way, I got this soap from Chris over at IMCDB. He sold off a whole bunch of software and mystery boxes. And I got one of the mystery boxes, and this was in there. I have not used it yet, actually. I've only used Soap Commander a couple of times, so it'll be good. Razor is the Charcoal Goods, and I've had the level 3 for a while. I purchased the everyday base plate recently on a buy-sell trade, and it came in yesterday. And y'all know I like my aggressive razors. And I like the level 3. It's not bad. I like it a lot, actually. But when this came in last night when I got home, I took it for a spin on my head shave. And I've got to say, the efficiency, the blade feel is obviously not as pronounced. This has a neutral blade exposure according to their website, which I should link everything or most things below. Neutral blade exposure and half the gap, I think, of the level 3 versus the level 3 has positive blade exposure. But there's definitely some blade feel on this, enough to let you know what you're doing. And the efficiency from last night on my head shave was very good. I mean, I had 3 or 4 days of growth. I had significant head hair growth. And it went through it easily. I think the biggest difference is I felt like I had to rinse more often. But it definitely did the job. I mean, considering this is their second mildest shaver, they have level 1, which is negative blade exposure, and then they have the everyday, which is neutral, which is what this is, and then the level 2 is slightly positive. Level 3 is more positive. And I never tried the level 1 or the level 2, but now having tried this one. It's the first time on my face, but last night I did it on my head too. And I've used the level 3 often enough to have a good feel for it. Yes, the blade feel is a lot less. There's still some blade feel. It's a lot smoother. And the efficiency is not that much less. And honestly, I got a BBS shave easier because with the level 3, I think you have to pay more attention, especially to the angle, or else it'll get you. Um, which is fine. I mean, again, I like efficient razors, I like aggressive razors, but this, I think the everyday base plate is a better base plate for me. Better, or not better, less efficiency, barely, a lot smoother, and still gets you BBS without feeling like at any second it's gonna bite you. So that for me, like with the Rex Ambassador, y'all know I use it on setting 6 most of the time. I have used it enough, and I think it's intuitive enough that you once you find the angle, I don't feel like it's gonna bite me. The charcoal goods at level 3, I think, and part of it is you have to ride the cap, which I'm not really used to. Most of the razors that I like are a steeper angle, more traditional versus riding the cap. I think that's why I don't really get along with the Rockwell as much. Versus somebody that may be used to riding the cap might do better with those razors. And there's plenty of blade feel on this. I mean, it's not menacing or anything. But it's there. I'm surprised it's a neutral blade exposure. It feels slightly positive. But their website says neutral. And the blade gap is not tiny. I think it's like 0.7 something millimeters. So it's a pretty decent blade gap. I think the level 3 is like 1.14 millimeters. And I'm feeling around between each pass, and this is pretty much BBS. And I did a lot of buffing on that second pass just because I could and I was talking. But it feels comfortable, This is probably what most beginners should start at, with a relatively medium blade gap at like 0.7 and a neutral blade exposure. And this is actually a really nice shaver. I think it's aptly named at the everyday base plate. This is something most people, even beginners, could use every day. I've got a brand new Gillette Platinum, which I've been loving. I think they're going to be my go-to blades. You can see I have them hanging up now. So that's how much I've been liking them. And I've still got my other ones that I'm going through too. But I feel like I'm going to do some piffing and some giving away of some blades. Maybe I'll add some in the 450 subscriber giveaway that Scott and everybody's putting together. That we're almost at. I think we're like at 441 or something like that. Soap strength, scent strength is probably about 5.5. Definitely get the spices. It's a powdery, classic scent. Not overwhelming, not overpowering. Just a classic scent, you know. um, I think this is a vegan base, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, here's the ingredients. If you can see that. I don't see any tallow or anything. We just oils, butters, glycerin, stearic acid. You know, just typical vegan stuff. It's not. I mean, this base, in my opinion, is not anything. It's gonna blow your socks off. It's a good soap. It seems, reasonable, especially at the price point. It's reasonably priced. It's no frills. It gets the job done. I checked last night. This base plate is sold out as well as the level 3. So I don't know if that's a stocking thing or if it's those are his most popular base plates. Even though it seems like everybody has the level 2 and wants the level 2. So then you go up like this, up higher. But otherwise, BBS. Even with this apparently super mild base plate. Let me clean up and I'll be back with the post. Alright, and I'm back after the shave. I cleaned up my stuff and I used warm and then cold water to rinse my face. Used a PAA alum block. And there's a little bit of stinging, not much, just a little bit right here. And then I'm going to finish off with the new to me Sailor Jerry aftershave. It's really cool. If you're not familiar, Sailor Jerry is one of the pioneers of tattooing, but especially American traditional. Just like this new tattoo that I got, the Panther style Rottweiler on my arm. American traditional style. Also got this bat, American traditional style. Very bold, strong colors, and that's just what they like. As you can tell, that lady right there is one of the traditional tattoos, and there's one on the inside too. So there's a label on the back, and yeah. So I figured, even if I don't like the scent, just as an homage to my American traditional likings. But I mean, it seems nice out of the bottle. I haven't used it yet. The bottle is gorgeous. I let my wife smell this out of the bottle, and she said it doesn't smell that good. But she doesn't like classic scents like I do. And yeah, I mean, it gives off that comes off as cheaper. I'm not gonna lie. It smells pretty good. It smells classic, masculine. As it dries down, it kind of mellows out into a smoother scent. At first, it's kind of abrasive. It's kind of what you would expect to get from like a pharmacy or something like that. Not anything special, but as it dries down, it's more mellow. It's more smooth. And this is spiced navy aftershave is what they call it. I like it. Definitely worth keeping for me. It's 3.4 fluid ounces, 100 milliliters, which is what you get with a lot of artisans anyway. But yeah, and it went well with the classic spice scent, Sailor Jerry. I've got the Charcoal Goods navy anchor handle. There's a little bit of a theme, you know, brass handle. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up now. All right, so recap. We use the Phoenix Shaving Star Jelly Pre-Shave, the Soap Commander Endurance, very good, and the Sailor Jerry Aftershave. And this was more for me to try the Everyday Base Plate from Charcoal Goods on my face. I loved it on my head. I really liked it on my face. I'll probably be using this base plate more often than the level 3. And off camera, I'll use the CAD because it is Caturday, and it's a classic scent. It'll go well. It plays well with everything. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.